Bonus report. Presentation nervousness. Be gone.
Part 1 of 2.
By Bart Smith. It's your turn. The very second we hear someone call our name, it's your turn, you're up, is when you'd rather die than step out on stage in front of a room full of total strangers, right? You bet. Do you ever experience presentation nervousness? We've all been there. The butterflies, acid churning inside our stomachs, etc. In reality, nervousness is a lot like fire. It has both the power to destroy and the ability to serve. Which do you choose? Don't answer that. To serve, of course. Well, you're in luck. Here's how I, Bart Smith, knock out my presentations right out of the park. I've outlined a number of personal, logical, and mental steps for you to consider, possibly implement, and keep in perspective to help turn all your nervous energy into positive action energy every time you present or perform. And just a quick note on how I came up with this sort of presentation nervousness be gone report. I remember I was sitting in an audience, and it was sort of like a multi-weekend kind of seminar. So you kind of saw the same people over and over and over again. And I was sitting next to this one gentleman, and he leaned over and said, wow, I really get nervous when I make presentations and I speak. And I said, really? What are you doing about it? I said, well, I don't know. I just kind of get nervous. I'm like, I'll tell you what, give me a minute. Well, right there in the seminar, the speaker was kind of boring me and stuff like that. So I had some time to kind of just doodle on a piece of paper. And at that time, I pulled out some paper and I started writing. And I have pretty good handwriting. So I wrote very cleanly and very clearly, I think like 10 steps or 10 ways to overcome and eliminate presentation nervousness. I just whipped them out. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, out of thin air. Literally, I remember the day. I remember where I was sitting in the front row. This gentleman next to me, he did kind of seem like he was the nervous type. So I said, he's going to enjoy this. So I whipped out this report. I gave it to him. It was like 20 minutes later, 30 minutes. Because I read it and I proofed it, whatever. Gave it to him. He looked it over, and then we had a break in the presentation so we could all stand up and go get, take a water break or something like that, walk around the room. He took me aside. He says, Bart, this is amazing. What you have prescribed here is going to help me not only just overcome my presentation nervousness, I don't think I'm going to be nervous anymore for going into the future of speaking. And I'm like, well, there's always some natural nervousness that we all have, of course. But he was very grateful, and it really had an impact on him and what he thought about going into his future presentations. So you have that to kind of look forward to as we get into my tips and tactics for eliminating presentation nervousness. So let's jump right into it. And again, listen to all of them. I might give you this tip and you're like, what does that mean? Well, don't worry about it. Just listen to it. And then when we get through all of them, there's about 15 of them. When we get through all of them, you might look back and go, oh, I see what he meant about that. Oh, that makes sense now. Oh. Anyhow, I'm going to go through them and tell me what you think about the tips that I'm giving you on how to eliminate presentation nervousness. Comment in the comment section below. Which one stands out? Which one jumps out? Which one, Bart, I never thought of that. Or, wow, that makes sense. Or, oh, I really like that one. And then maybe tell me what some of your experiences have been with making presentations and kind of being a little nervous or so. And again, it's natural. It's natural. But we want to eliminate as much of it as possible. I don't mind retaining 10% of nervousness, 10%. I just don't want 90%. Like, oh my God, I'm going out there crazy. So here's how I, yours truly, Bart Smith, go about eliminating presentation nervousness. And this is in no order per se, but it kind of is, but it's not. So you can cherry pick which one most applies to you. But I'm just going to start off with number 1, which is Know your subject too well. This cannot be stressed enough. Study it, prepare it, learn it, create an outline about it. Become your speech, become it, until your subject or topic becomes so second nature to your entire being. Literally, somebody could just call you at any moment and just stand up and you could talk for an hour because you know your subject so well. That's really what the first one is. Know your subject too well. Know it so well. Overlearn, over-prepare. And then, of course, you're going to whittle it down. You're going to fine-tune it. And you're going to create your outline to stay on track, etc. Number 2, entertain your audience. Turn the event, presentation, performance into something both you and your audience will enjoy. Consider your audience your new fan base, supporting you while you're up there, rather than it's me against them kind of attitude going in. No, it's not like that at all. Your audience is there to enjoy and benefit and consume the information you have to give them and share. Just as much as you will enjoy and benefit from giving it to them through your presentation, your performance to your audience, do know this is a win-win situation every time. Okay, let's see. I'm going to give my presentation. The audience is there. They're going to love it. I'm entertaining them. I'm smiling. I'm enjoying. I'm having a great time. They're having a great time. Wow. My nervousness is kind of overshadowed by my enthusiasm. Yeah. Number 3, have passion for your subject or topic and your audience. Show compassion. Show your passion. Hey, listen up. I've got something important here to share with you that could help or entertain you. It could really change your life. Let's get started, shall we? Yes, okay. Oh, the speaker's about to begin. All right. Have passion for your subject. Be very moved by what you're going to say. And use those pauses to make emphasis on certain things you say. Passion. Number 4, practice makes perfect every time. Speak as often as you can. Lesson to learn: imagine how great your presentation performance will be if you've already given 1,000 presentations or performances. It'll be pretty good, right? I bet. And you can start those 1,000 presentations, that walk, by giving that presentation to yourself, in your room, in your office, to somebody close to you who will listen, or just take your notes, go into a room of your house or your apartment and start speaking. Hey, thanks for having me. Today I want to talk about these 2 or 3 subjects that are really going to have an impact on your life. How many of you can relate to blah, 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 blah? And you just go through the motions. You give the whole speech. Let's say it's a 1-hour speech, or it's a 20-minute speech, or 45-minute, or a 3-hour, or half day, or all day. It doesn't matter. Practice that speech alone, until you got your intro down, you got your exit down, you got your breaks down, you got when you do your Q&A. Practice makes perfect. Number 5, watch and study as many presenters or performers as you can. Other people. Model the positive presenters and performers that you like. Incorporate the little things that they do with their own personal style. Ooh, I like how she said that. Oh, I like what he did with that prop. Also, make special note of the things that you do not like and remember not to repeat their mistakes when you give your presentation. I don't like how they said that. Oh, I don't like what they did. I'm going to remember not to do that. Yeah, okay, good. If you could observe 1,000 presentations given by other people on different subjects and styles and levels of profession, how good do you think you would be? Pretty good, right? So it's like, watch and study 1,000 presentations. Not that you're going to go do that, but you get the idea in your mind. And just start, watch 1 per day for a year, and that's 365. In 3 years, you'll have watched over 900 presentations. You get the idea. You can watch 2 or 3 in a setting, right? The goal. Look at yourself as a continuous improvement project with every presentation that you give and observe. So you're going to continually observe, you're going to continually learn, you're going to continually implement, and you're going to continually get better and better and better. Watch and study as many presenters as you can. Number 6, throw it away. Give it your best shot. And don't worry. If they don't get it and you did your best, you did a great job anyway. Just get up there, give it your best shot, and have fun with it. Throw it away. Now, granted, when you're all done, you're going to do well. But this throw it away attitude is kind of like you're going to scoff off this nervousness. You're going to just brush it off. Just, you know what? I'm just going to throw this away. I'm just going to give it my best shot. And I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm probably going to walk up there on that stage feeling so nervous, but I don't care. I'm just going to get up. Hi. Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me. How many of you experience the kind of stuff that, blah, 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 whatever your speech is, however you intro it. Just throw it away. Have a good time. Go for it.
Hey, this concludes part 1 of 2 of Presentation Nervousness Be Gone. Tips 1 through 6. Let's continue to the next audio in this bonus report series and go over tips 7 through 15 in part 2 of 2. Come on, let's check it out.